Hello and welcome to my channel. Here I review new movies and television shows and release a new review every day from Monday to Friday. Today, I want to talk about Unlocked. It's a Korean thriller/drama that tells the story of a serial murderer targeting and stalking his next victim. The movie is based on a Japanese novel written by Akira Shiga and it's directed by Taejun Kim. As usual, this review contains minor spoilers related to plot structure and character background, so beware. The film starts out with Lee Na-mi, played by Woo Hee-chun. She's a hard-working young woman who is obsessed with her phone. She takes it with her everywhere and uses it to note every single detail of her life. The opener shows us the world through her camera's view and shows us everything she uses it for and exactly what can be seen from it. It's a lot of interesting visuals, but it kind of feels like a commercial with snappy, fast-paced editing. After that, Nami loses her phone and Oh Jun-young, played by Siwon Yim, picks it up. Then the camera shifts from a phone view to a normal drama-style shoot and only shows us the camera angle again when Jun-young is watching Na-mi through it. The main storyline follows Jun-young manipulating Na-mi through her phone and using it to stalk her. He learns every little detail about her, her friends, and her father. The first 30 to 50 minutes of the film focuses on how he got access to the phone, how he uses it, and how Na-mi is oblivious to his presence. At the same time, we get a B storyline that follows detectives Woo Ji-man, played by Kim Hee-won, and Kim Jung-ho as they investigate the body of a young woman found in the mountains. The movie quickly connects the two storylines and makes it clear that the investigation is looking for Oh Jun-young. From there, Jun-young plays a twisted game with Na-mi while the detectives race against the clock to stop him. It isn't the most original story, but the film does a fantastic job of fleshing it out and making each story beat as impactful as possible. Siwon Yim creates a seemingly emotionless psychopath and turns him on the innocent Na-mi. He seems disconnected and bored while he looks through her things and shocked when he's finally asked why he's doing all this. He genuinely doesn't need a reason to do it. The only time he ever shows any emotion is when he's hurting Na-mi or taunting the officers. He gets this wide, vicious grin across his face that makes him look demented. He delivers his lines in a cold and calculated manner, and comes off as truly unbeatable. He's always one step ahead and always in control. The finale is Siwon Yim's best scene in the film. The way his temperament shifts when he sees Na-mi was just beautifully done. So many small emotions going through his head and you can see them all on his face. The detective who hunts him is a passionate man who thinks the killer is his missing son. He thinks his son went wrong after he ran away and now feels a personal sense of responsibility to stop him. He hunts the killer in secret, hiding his work from his partner and putting others at risk. Kim Hee-won plays him in a stoic and regretful manner but gets a good emotional moment in the finale that felt raw. He opened up and just let everything out, and it leads to an amazing scene. Na-mi doesn't get to be much of a character during the first half of the film, spending most of her time going through her normal routine, photographing her food, talking with her friends, and continuing to work. About halfway through the film, they do something surprising, and put her in control of her own fate. She learns she's being stalked, steps out from the victim role, takes charge, and Woo Hee-chun gets to do some incredible scenes and she just nails them. She portrays the emotional impact of the stalking in a realistic way, and her performance in the finale was next level. She's captivating to watch on screen, and the way she looks coming out of the bathroom was terrifying. You could see that her mind was made up. The cast did a fantastic job of playing their roles, hitting all the emotional beats, and fleshing out their characters. There aren't many characters, but that means that each of the main cast gets to do a more nuanced role, and the film spends a lot of time with them. There are a few people I didn't mention here who also do a good job, like Park Ho-san as Nami's father, Kim Ye-won as her friend, and John Jin-oh as Kim Jung-ho. They each get smaller parts but play the emotions well. Production-wise, the film is well done visually, a little basic sound-wise, but contains a number of fantastic scenes that are exemplary work. The camera swaps between following the characters from a third-person perspective and watching them through their phones. Every time the audience sees them through their phones, it's actually Jun-young watching the person. This is a great storytelling device and it's subtle. They show the characters through the camera's lens for short bursts only and don't do it often enough to make it feel prominent. Just enough so that the idea of being watched is always in the back of your head. It creates this eerie feeling of being stalked even when we haven't seen Jun-young in a while. There are also a number of creative and complex shots that stand out from the rest of the film. Two in particular really caught my eye. One of Jun-young and the detective meeting for the first time, and another at the end of Jun-young from Nami's perspective. Both are fantastic examples of capturing the mood completely. The first shot gets the emotional reaction from both the detective and Jun-young as they meet, and the second captures all the thoughts running through Jun-young's head without saying a word. Both shots look beautiful, involve some clever camera work, and invoke huge emotional reactions. The soundtrack doesn't make much of an appearance in the film. The only times we really hear music is when Jin-young is on screen, and the music tends to be ominous tension tracks that indicate that something bad is about to happen. It makes Jin-young feel a little bit like the Phantom of the Opera, and comes off as cheesy, but it does improve the atmosphere somewhat. Overall, I found the story to be quite a thrilling experience. The cast does a fantastic job of the emotions, the visuals are great at capturing them, and the story is filled with tension. The music didn't do much, but it didn't really need to, given how impactful the rest of the film was. This one's worth at least one watch, even if you don't like thrillers. 8 out of 10.